From your PHLV radio family, Merry Christmas and all the best in the coming year.
Merry Christmas from your friends at PHLV Radio.
Just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
PHLV Radio.
Hello, good evening. It's Friday night again here in California, and it's 9 p.m. here in the Pacific. So if you're on this part of the world, it is 9 p.m. on a Friday. And also in the Philippines, magandang hapon po sa inyo. It's 1 p.m. right now there on a Saturday. And for the rest of the world, magandang umaga, magandang tanghali, at magandang gabi po sa inyo. Today is exciting day, but before we do that, we are live na live po kami ngayon. We are live on PHLV Radio Facebook page. We are also live on PHLV Radio YouTube. So if you are, please do like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our PHLV Radio station shows. Aside from that, live na rin po kami sa Alexa. If you have Alexa, we just say, Alexa, play PHLV Radio. And also, we have Amazon Fire TV or Fire Channel. So just go to PHLV channel. And those people naman po, we are also live on audio on different podcasts like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Radio, as well as Spotify. And if you miss the or the broadcast or yung live po namin today, you could always go and do the replay either on YouTube, on PHLV channel, or you could check our website at www.phlvradio.com. That being said, unang-una po, nakikisampatya po kami dun sa lalo na po sa parting Cebu and Bohol because of Odette. Alam ko po there's a lot of things going on there, and we'll talk about it. And a lot of our viewers and listeners nagpahatid na po ng na as much as they want to go and listen to us and view us is medyo panoorin na po yung replay because wala pong electricity that part of the country right now. So we extend our sympathy as well as our prayers na sana po ay maging okay na po kayong lahat. And I know everybody's helping out and nag-chip in po lahat. So it will be a better thing for you, especially Christmas is next week. A couple of days na lang po at Christmas na. Anyway, that being said, exciting po tayo ngayon kasi po ang ating guest ngayon ay yung talaga pong yung kanya pong produkto, and we'll talk more about her. Ang kanya pong produkto ay peanuts, in Tagalog po mani. So ang sabi ko nga po, kung bibigyan ko ng title po ang show natin, Mga Mani ni FELY. Ladies and gentlemen, without much further ado, let me introduce you our special guest for tonight, FELY ALFLEN. FELY, how are you?
Hi, Kuya. Good evening. Thank you for having me tonight as your guest on your show. So it's such a pleasure to be in your show. To all the viewers and the listeners here in the US, Pacific Northwest, and then of course sa Pilipinas, magandang tanghali sa inyong lahat. At saka good evening here in the US.
And also don't forget to say hello to the other people across the globe. Kasi we're being it's a global thing.
Yeah, we're watched globally. Yes, very true. Because I've always watched Kuya Josh show, and then there's always people from Kuwait, Dubai, Qatar. So thanks to all of the viewers, like I said, all over globally. Thank you all for watching.
And FELY, right now you are in Seattle, Washington, right? That's your home base.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you migrated, yan na ba talagang naging home base mo, ang Seattle?
Yep. I never relocated in other places, Kuya. I landed
Talaga?
in Seattle, 1991, January 1991. So it will be 31 years next month.
Oh
So
my
that's how long I've
God.
been here.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, you are originally from Cebu,
Yes.
right? Okay,
Yes.
from Cebu, what part of Cebu? Kasi if, like what I said earlier, the Cebu ang talagang tinamaan ng
Yeah.
ni Odette, 'di ba? Yun ang doon yung kanyang landfall sa
Yeah.
Cebu mismo. Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm on
how's
the
everybody in Cebu? Yung sa mga friends and family mo, are they
uh,
okay?
family, friends, they're okay, but I think they're all traumatized from the 120 miles per
I
hour
know.
wind, and I think that's the one that really. And then of course the water submerged into the town too. Like our house, we live right next to the water, so the wave came into our house and it took my sister's house out, so it
Oh my
totally washed
God.
out.
Alam mo,
Yeah.
the sad part talaga is it's a few more days and it's
It's
Christmas, diba?
Christmas. Yeah, it's Christmas,
Yeah,
Kuya. And then that's what my brother, when I spoke to my brother before the wind got really harder,
yeah.
he was crying. He was really traumatized. And I will say this, it's sad and it's heartbreaking for me to see them.
Yeah.
So they have to go through, but I'm always thankful to God that they're all safe.
So did they relocate muna? Are they in different schools? Kasi ang alam ko,
The
nasa
shelter that they
different
stayed,
centers sila ngayon
shelter, yeah.
Shelter, yeah.
Well, they were at the shelter when the wind got really harder. They moved. They
Yeah.
got moved because the water started to, coming in. So it really busted the door to our house.
I know,
and
it's just the wind talaga is so unbelievable daw.
It's so
Pero
strong.
the good thing is medyo prepared this time kasi a day
Yes.
before this happened, nag-alert na ang
Alert.
national
they were-
government. And
yeah,
even
they
the
were
LGUs to tell them na be worry, mag-relocate na, lumikas na. So in a way, di ba, compared to the Ondoy and the other na
the one in
talagang hindi
Tacloban.
prepared. Di ba?
Remember the
The
one
in
in Tacloban?
Tacloban, remember?
Yeah, that
Talagang people were not aware. Yeah, so still it's so sad and again, like what I said, the most we could do is help. Alam ko
Yep.
mga network and station they're raising funds. Not really so much of clothes but more of food and blankets and toiletries and of course cash. And eventually, siguro one of these days, baka tomorrow, PHLV Radio can flash some of those para makatulong tayo, especially in the spirit of the holidays.
Yeah, that's one thing too, Kuya. I know we're talking about the Odette, the Typhoon Odette. Actually, where I work, so very touching talaga kasi they know me well enough that I'm always like a happy person. When they see me not doing well, they're like, something's up.
Yeah.
They're willing to help me. And I told them, I said, I won't take anything, just like hand it down. I said, I will cook for all of you. If anybody wants to donate, please do, and I will accept it. Because
alam mo, sometimes kasi, di ba, like what I keep telling in our shows, talagang it's a wake-up call, no? With the COVID, with the virus, with the pandemic. Tapos ito pa, meron pang, typhoon and all these disasters and calamity. All we can do really is pray and be thankful and grateful that we're still around, we're still here. And like what you said nga, at least yung nasira, material yun
But
At
it
least
can be
yung
replaced.
buhay,
It's replaceable.
It can be replaced, di ba?
Yeah.
So with that said, I hope medyo i-up natin ng konti. I
Yes,
know,
let's do that.
It's 30, but I know that's why I want to guest you. Di ba sabi ko pa sa'yo, i-schedule kita simply because I think a lot of our listeners and viewers would be inspired at saka motivated sa ginagawa mo. To begin with, so you're from Cebu, tapos nag-migrate ka in 1991 in Seattle, Washington.
Yes.
Okay, right now you have 2 daughters, and they're beautiful daughters, right?
Thank you.
And let's see, Kuya Joe, let's show some pictures. Hindi mo pa nakita tong mga pictures na to eh.
It's okay. It's like surprise. It's all good.
So, yan. These are your two daughters, right? My God.
Yep.
And you the eldest is 24 years old, right? And it's Nina. You said Nina?
Nina.
Nina.
Yeah,
And then
Nina. It's like,
the youngest is Hannah.
yes.
Okay.
And she's 24. She's 24 years old.
And then Hannah is how old?
24.
24 and Nina
30.
30. Oh my God, ang babata pa. And you
Yeah.
look like you're all like barkada lang, oh.
And you know, we actually work together, Kuya, at the coffee company.
Is that right? Okay,
Yeah, we work.
let's show first, pag-usapan natin yung eldest muna. We have a picture of her too. Pretty, ah. Ganda. Both kids. Well, she's not a kid anymore. She's 30. So, single pa siya.
Well, she has a boyfriend, but they've been together for a long time, but they're not.
It didn't work out.
Not work out. They're still together, but they're not planning to get married yet. So they're still enjoying life. So
you know naman, di ba? Nowadays, hindi. Tapos yung youngest mo, si Hannah, who's 24 years old. Let's show Hannah's picture. Para makita lang how pretty your you know naman yan. Oh, artistahin na yan.
Oh, wow. I like that
pretty.
picture. Yeah.
Di ba? Ang ganda. Oh, my gosh. They're so
She's
beautiful.
24, yeah.
She's 24. Parang mga bata pa sila. Well, it's the Asian genes.
Yeah,
okay.
totoo. That's what they that's what they said here. That's what they always said at my work. They're like, it must be you guys' genes, Asian.
The Asian genes, kasi parang we don't age. Okay, Now when you arrived here in 1991, hindi ba kasi parang hindi ka ba na culture shock coming from Cebu tapos Seattle? Seattle pa naman, 'di ba, laging maulan, malamig laging gloomy, 'di ba?
It was actually the first time I arrived here in Seattle. Actually, the winter, it was winter time. Hindi naman siya malamig, Kuya, actually. Ano lang, umuulan lang siya. Pero hindi ako nakakita ng snow kasi like you said, it's rainy and then it gets really cold.
Always sweat, yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't that when I first got here. Ano lang siya, mild winter lang.
So sa Seattle ka mismo, the city talaga. Yeah, kasi I go there. I go to Linwood. I go to Linwood most of the time.
Yeah, I'm on the PHLV side. I'm on the Tacoma back then, south side of Seattle.
Yeah, why Washington State? Why there? Hindi sa ibang state? And I know you're always a visitor of Nevada and Las Vegas because you're friends with a lot of people. So
well, to backtrack it, before I got here, I got married to my kid's dad. It was a pen pal, Kuya. That's the popular thing to do back then.
That time, right?
Yeah, that time. Correspondent. So I was, I guess, pen pal, write letters for about a year. And then when he invited me to come in the US, I said, well, it's kind of hard back then, fiancé. So he said, well, how about I just come to the Philippines and I will marry you so you can come. And that's what happened. 4 months later, he came to the Philippines in 1990, September. We got married. 4 months later, I arrived in Seattle.
Pero grabe, no? I mean, in 1990, that's 91, di ba?
Yeah.
Imagine, ikaw one of the success story ng pen pal. Di ba?
Yeah,
kasi ngayon na high-tech siya ngayon eh. It's dating apps.
Dating app, yeah. I like the old ways actually, Kuya.
Yeah. So you've been corresponding with the father of your daughters for how many years? Was that a couple?
1 year.
1 year.
1 year, yeah. I
Grabe,
was in Manila.
Because mail pa yan, di ba?
I still, actually, nandito pa sa akin yung mga sulat ng tatay ng mga anak ko. Actually, I saved it, Kuya.
Okay, then of course, you know, things won't work, you know, di ba? Tapos you had two beautiful daughters, but it didn't work out, you said.
No, then we got divorced 16 years later. And then after that I was a single mom and then I have my kids with me. So that's all I want. That's all I asked. Then after we got divorced, akin lang yung mga bata, bahala na yung mga bahay or whatever kung ano yung nandyan sa kanya. Sabi ko, akin lang yung mga anak.
Parang very Tina Turner.
Yeah, it's like
you could have everything except the kids.
The kids, yun lang. Yeah, yun lang. And then from then on, kuya, yeah, I work for Starbucks for 4 years, and I literally work and I take them to school. I have a routine. I work graveyard shift. While they're sleeping, natutulog sila sa gabi. Ako naman nagtatrabaho. Pag uwi ng umaga, ihahatid sa school, papakainin sila hatid. That's like my routine.
What was that made you be strong? Kasi being a single parent of two girls at the time, that was really tough. What was that? Oo, ano yung nag-push sa'yo to do such? I know being a mom, pero 'di ba minsan
mahirap.
Mahirap. What was that drove you to be that person na masyado kang driven?
Yeah, yung nanay ko, iniisip ko yung nanay ko, kuya. Actually, kasi nanay ko very hardworking lady. Diyan yung mani. Kasi yan yung snacks namin nga. Iniisip ko parati, sabi ko, kung nakaya ng mama ko na may 8 anak, tas may nadala pa siyang 2 bata, kasi tuwing magde-deliver siya ng bamboo basket sa Carbon, I don't know if you know the word Carbon, sa Cebu, may 2 bata na babae, parati siyang inaalokan ng bag, bibili. Sabi ng mga bata, pwede ba daw sila sumama sa nanay ko? Sabi ng nanay ko, hindi, baka sabihin kinikidnap ko kayo. But then actually later on, kuya, dinala talaga niya sa bahay.
So from 8 kids plus 2 pa?
2, oo. 10. Tapos sila mama at papa ko, 12 kami. Wala naman kami talaga yung bahay, kuya. Talagang bahay kubo. But then, sa Pilipinas, they will really make it. Even though so poor, you still able to manage to survive.
Yes.
So, yun ang inisip ko parati. Kung nakaya ni mama ko, 8 anak at saka may 2 pa siyang dinala sa bahay, 2 lang sa akin, kuya. And plus, I work, I know how to drive. Sira man siguro yung English ko, but I will do my best.
Kuya, majority of the mga kaibigan ko from Cebu, they speak better English than Tagalog, di ba? Teka muna. So, when you were doing that, you said you have 8 siblings, right? Mga kapatid mo. So, are they still in Cebu? Are they all over the world na?
Actually, may isa sa Pennsylvania. Tapos, yung isa naman, the same state sa akin, it's about 6 hours or 4 hours away from me. Tapos, yung panganay namin kasi yung nasa Pennsylvania, dala niya yung 4 niyang anak. So
the rest are still in the Philippines?
The rest are in the Philippines, 5 of them.
Okay, ilan ang babae at ilan ang lalaki na kapatid mo?
5 babae, 3 lalaki, ako yung pang-7.
Talaga?
Ako
From panganay? O pangbunso?
From panganay. Yeah, from panganay to bunso. So pang-7 ako, tas yung bunso talaga nasa Pilipinas, nasa Cebu ngayon.
O memoryado mo pa ba mga pangalan nila?
Yes.
O sige, name from eldest to youngest.
Yes, the eldest one is Nilda, the second one is Rico, the third one is Arman, Leticia, Anilyn, Rebecca, me, and then Cesar, yung bunso.
Tapos yung dalawang napasama,
si Bibit at saka si Tessie.
Oh my God. Talagang typical, di ba, pag Filipino family, talagang malakihan, ano?
Oo. Pero masaya kuya. Kasi yun nga, pag nagbabambo, nagagawa kami ng basket, we're all like in the same, kakain, the same, lamesa or whatever, kung saan ka lang kakain, but then everybody's all tucked in.
Now, in the Philippines, na-mention mo kanina earlier, that mani making, yung mani, alam mo naman sa Pilipinas, mani ang either cashew or mani, di ba, or peanuts.
Yeah.
Now, sa Philippines pa talaga, sa mama mo talaga nag-start yan. So you've been doing that way back in the Philippines?
Actually, so yun nga, the story behind sa mani, kasi gumagawa nga kami ng bamboo basket. Kasi yun ang isang parang sustainable sa mga pamilya na walang trabaho. But then, it started from somebody. Actually, from what I've heard, I tried to parang research, tinatanong ko yung panganay kong kapatid. Amerikano pala parang nag-start niyaan sa lugar namin.
Yeah.
So, yung nanay ko talaga, kuya, mahilig, very siya, yung magaling, matalino, but then siya sa negosyo.
Magaling.
So, yun ang, Oo. So yung bamboo, dun ang ano namin nag-start bamboo. Tapos pag maraming order yung nanay ko ng bamboo, we work graveyard. So snack namin mani. Gagawa siya ng yung nilagang mani kasi mahilig siya sa nilagang mani din. Prito talaga yun ang paborito niya talaga kuya, pritong mani. So Diyan, yun ang ano namin, snacks.
Bata ka pa lang,
Yes.
marunong ka nang gumawa ng mani back in the Philippines.
Hindi naman yung marunong. Pero yung nanay ko, pinapanood ko yung nanay ko talaga.
Talaga? Okay, now, when you moved here, you migrated in 91, and then you have your kids. When did you start? Sabi mo nga, you work sa Starbucks, and you have other jobs, tapos you got divorced, and you took care of your 2 kids. Kailan nagsimula talaga yung mani? When did you start having this as a side business? What year was that?
2014 actually, kuya. 2014. October 2014 is when I started. Sabi ko sa fiancé ko, kasi pag alam mo naman tayo dito, may mga Filipino gatherings, magdadala ka ng pagkain, or kung ano yung gusto mong dalhin. Naisip ko, sabi ko, magdala ako ng mani kasi everybody likes to munch,
Yeah.
Chika, tapos, kain ng kung ano-ano yung mapulot mo dyan sa lamis. So, yun ang naisip ko. I will bring some of this peanut. So, yung original ang dinadala ko parati.
The one with garlic.
Yeah, the one with garlic.
Yung parang with balat pa siya na brown.
Yes.
Okay.
Red
One of
skin.
the things too is, so 7 years na yung side business mo. It's been 7 years, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. So anniversary mo was last month, October.
Yes.
Well, 2 months ago, December na. Wow. That's great. Okay. Now, since nag-start ka ng, kasi nung nag-start ka original, right now, ang ganda kasi nung packaging mo, and dun sa mga listeners natin, viewers, we will show them later on how you do this mani. Okay, but before we continue, let me say hello to Catherine Cruz. Catherine is the wife of the former Los Angeles Consul General of Adelio Cruz. Hi, Catherine. And then Christian Rene Esteban is watching. Juliet Marcos is watching from Laguna. Sabi niya, hello, Kuya Josh. Carlo Orosa, the famous Carlo Orosa is watching.
Hi,
General
Carlo.
Travis Antiquen is watching from Liliw, Laguna. And there's other people watching pa. Hello, everyone. Marami tayong matututunan sa mani ni Fely. Now, Fely, yung mani mo, ang pakita natin, may dalawa kang packaging, di ba?
Yes, I do.
Actually, 6 na siyang flavor, di ba? When
Yeah.
you started, una-muna original. Napakita natin yung original. Ang ganda ng packaging mo. Okay? And we'll show that too. See, it's Filipino styled peanuts and it's original. Nakita niyo po yung packaging. It's very, very Filipino. Kaya nga ang pangalan niya, the original Filipino styled peanuts. Kumbaga, Pinoy peanuts siya. Paning Pinoy. Okay? Now, turn it around. Pakita mo yung package natin. Yeah. Ito pong maganda dito sa kanya, kumpleto po pati yung requirement ng FDA, Food and Drug Administration, yung ilan yung calories, ganyan.
Nutri-Facts.
Pero 6 flavors na siya, di ba?
Yes.
So you have the original, you have the spicy, mild spicy, you have the tocino. Is it tocino, right?
Tocino, tocino. Yeah,
pakita mo yan. You have the tocino flavor. Yeah, tocino. Tapos you have the mild.
Adobo.
Yeah,
Adobo.
the mild spicy. You have the mild spicy.
The mild spicy is right here.
Yes, mild spicy. Makita nyo po may ano. Tapos meron siyang adobo.
May mga icon siya para when you look at it, you're like, what's spicy? So it shows the little icon on it.
Tapos pakita natin yung adobo.
The adobo is right here. This is very popular, Kuya, actually.
Yeah, adobo. Siyempre, hindi ka Pinoy kung hindi mo alam ang adobo.
Exactly.
And then the other one is Carolina.
The Reaper. The Reaper.
The Reaper. Ito yung maanghang.
Yes. It's the hottest pepper in the world.
Which is so good kasi when especially for Pinoy, we like our beer. So that is so perfect na pulutan po.
Yeah. Talaga, it will really, it's like the pairing. Actually, so to talk about it, Kuya, with this, actually in DC, you probably heard the Barcada.
Yes, restaurant,
So
yeah.
I was there 2 years ago. Actually, I got invited to be in their. They're doing like an opening.
Yeah.
This is one of their. They have this on the board, on their board. They serve it.
Well, pakita rin natin, Johan, pakita natin please. Kasi ang maganda dito sa iyo, ang packaging. It's very world class. Kasi we've seen mani, if in the Philippines,
In a
diba,
cup.
nakalagay lang siya sa supot.
Support, yeah, in the
Kaya
cup.
tapos nakalagay sa plastic. But look at
Yeah,
that. We're showing it all your flavors. Right there. Yung packaging mo, ang ganda. Pag napunta kayo sa mga stores like Seafood City in Seattle, also in Las Vegas, and we'll talk more kung saan nyo mabibili to. Yung packaging mo talaga pwedeng sumabay sa world class talaga.
Yes.
Maganda yung packaging niya. Tapos ang maganda po, it's very, very nationalistic kasi it has the Philippine flag.
Yeah.
So talagang proud to be
Yeah.
Pinoy.
It comes with that flag on the top. I really want that, Kuya. I always, when I had it revised, I always tell the lady, it was my fiance's best friend that did it. I said, from LA, actually. He's from LA. And he's like, I said, please don't forget to put the Philippine flag. I want it to have it there.
Kaya nga, parang yung nakikita natin sa Philippines naman then, di ba normally naka plastic cellophane, tapos
Yes,
di ba yung inaano pa siya, yung inaano siya ng kandila, if you buy them.
you put it in the, yeah.
Yung kandila, di ba? Tapos some of
So
them
it will
naman,
seal.
yeah, if you go sa mga Quiapo or something, nakaslagay siya sa supot tapos kumakalat yung mantika niya. Show it again. Tingnan mo yung sayo. Ang ganda ng packaging. Tapos ano siya, pag hindi mo maubos, kasi marami siya. You could, yeah, parang naka-ziplock siya. So, naka-contain yung freshness. And one of the things kasi, ang ginawa ni Feli, sabi ko sa kanya, nagpadala siya sa akin, and it's so malutong, so tasty, at talagang highly recommended siya. Talagang hindi siya nakakaumay, hindi siya mamantika. Kasi normally yung mga mantika, nakita mo pag yung ibang mani, talagang paghawak mo, pati yung kamay mo, mamantika na.
Yes.
Pero hindi.
Yan ang maraming, I get the feedback, Kuya. Tinatanong din nila sa akin, bakit hindi, ba't wala daw yung mantika? Sabi ko, I'm not sure from how we process it. Kasi may iba-iba naman kasing klase or process kung how they cook the peanuts, Kuya. Some of them, they cook it really long or whatever. Sa akin talaga, I have my process kasi yung Washington State Department of Agriculture, they really come to the commissary kitchen, to the kitchen. And they will, because people thought I cooked them they thought I cooked them at home. I said, no, I'm licensed to sell snack foods, actually. And I cook that at the commissary kitchen. But that's one thing that I've noticed, actually, Kuya, when we start processing or making the peanuts. I'm not sure what it is, but I just don't see the oil once it's,
And we'll
cooking.
show that in a while. Sabi ni Catherine Cruz, ni Madam Catherine, sabi niya, nice packaging, sana matikman.
Yes. We sure, I sure could send you some.
Tapos si Larry Londoc is watching from Houston, Texas. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Larry.
So, see, marami na silang tatanong, saan po makakabili niyan? Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yes.
Okay, now, ang question ko sa'yo, you have 6 flavors na or 6 variety of your mani or your peanuts, the Filipino style peanuts. Magdadagdag ka pa ba ng mga aside from those flavors that you have? Your best seller is the Carolina Keepers, right? Yun ang
No, actually,
ano pinaka-best seller mo out of the 6?
at original at saka adobo.
Yun ang pinaka-ano. Now, are you in development pa ng ibang flavor? O okay ka pa dyan for now?
I'd like to, because if I want to introduce it to a different supermarket, Kuya, like Korean stores, I think I actually did sriracha before, which is good.
Yeah.
I did kimchi. It was very good. And I did wasabi.
Wow.
So you can, there's so many things that you can create with the peanut from the original And I thought, I said, if I do original, because people always ask Kuya when I do demo at Seafood City, actually the first time at some Wajimaya, actually, they were like, do you have anything sweet? Do you have anything, extra spicy? I said, I do. And that's how when I started this, I said, I need to create the other flavor to make it more Filipino authentic. And that's how I created the adobo tocino. And
Dun
make
sa viewers po natin, we will see a video on how these peanuts ni Feli ay nagagawa para makita nyo how clean, sanitized, at talagang proudly Filipino yung paggawa niya. Now, Feli, pakita mo yung package niya yan. Kasi there's two packages that you're selling, right? The first one is how many what's the weight on that first one?
This is 8 ounces, Kuya.
8 ounces, okay?
Yeah.
Tapos, ito kasi parang ang bilis ubusin yan eh.
Yeah,
Especially when you watch a movie or whatever.
You're watching right now. If you had a bag in your hand, you're like eating, and you don't know you ate it all already.
Tapos, what's the other one? Yung isa nasa jar naman. Ang ganda.
Yep.
Okay, look at that. Ito yung old packaging, di ba?
This is the old packaging. This is how I started, Kuya. Actually, you know who designed this? My youngest daughter.
Is that right?
Hannah.
Wow.
Hannah.
Yeah. Ito
So,
yung ito naman, how many, anong
2 pounds. This is 2 pounds. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it has all the nutrition facts on the side of the package.
Right.
So it has all of that.
The thing about this is it's receivable. So dalawa yung packaging mo. Isang 8 ounces at saka ito. Now, are those all, pag ba pumunta sila ng, say, Seafood City in Seattle and Seafood City in Las Vegas, are those 2 packages available?
No. Only this one, it's at Seafood City. But then there's some Filipino stores in our area, actually, Kuya. They want this. So it sold some of the Filipino stores locally here in our place.
Okay, now may question agad dito. Now, can they order that online?
Yes. All they have to do is go to Filipino Styled Peanut, and there's a phone number. My phone number is actually posted on the Facebook, and then they can personally message me if they want to order.
Okay, ulitin natin. For those, we just if you are interested and you are not in Las Vegas or in Seattle or Washington State, you could always order this online by going to www.filipinostyledpeanuts.com.
Yep.
Or you could call, Feli, anong number mo?
My phone number is 253-389-3084.
Okay. And then they could talk to you and then you could ship it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can ship it. We ship it through USPS. What's the other one? USPS or UPS. Yes.
UPS.
Yeah. Sorry.
USPS and UPS. Now,
UPS.
it could be shipped across the United States.
Yep. Actually, there's a people that ordered outside Kuya, Europe.
Wow.
They pay extra money. I told them, I said, the cost of the shipping is gonna be a lot. Even in Canada, I ship through Canada.
Okay, they're asking how much is the package daw. Iba-iba bang presyo yung packaging mo? Depende sa flavor? O one for that, all 8 ounces, isa lang ba yung presyo niya?
Yeah, I just made it simple, Kuya. Because especially now with the pandemic that's going on, all the materials that I use for it skyrocketed. I make it $6 each pouches.
$6 plus tax.
Yeah. Well, there's no tax. Shipping, they will have to pay for the shipping.
Okay, and then for the big one, for the
big one is
2 pounds,
$22.
Now, as far as expiration, yung either the 8 ounces or the 2 pounds, how long does it stay? Mayroon ba expiration?
Shelf life is 6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
From the time that you
I
nakalagay
produced
naman
it.
doon, di ba?
So when we produced it, so the barcode has the shelf life on it, on the top. So when we produce it that day, it has the shelf life 6 months from the day that we produce Kuya.
Okay. Now, this mani, especially for our culture, for Filipino, this is the perfect combination. Not only you could snack on it, But especially people, especially us, this will be the perfect money you could use for your kare-kare.
Yep.
Diba?
I mean, you like I said, you can create. If you want a kare-kare that has the extra spicy, use the Reaper. For those who wants to have, because you know Thai people, they love extra spicy.
Yes.
This would be really good because pad Thai, if you like to eat pad Thai, and it's like a garnish on top of it. Salad, you can use it. I use the tocino for my topping when I eat salad. It's actually good.
There's a question here. What they're saying, Cha Marcos is watching. Hi, Cha.
Hi.
Okay. They're asking, lahat ba daw nung mani mo may balat?
You can,
right.
if you want to do a
asking,
custom.
are you selling it daw na walang balat?
You can, but then it would take, because the prices of the red skin, kasi red skin ang tawag nila dito, kuya. And then the other one is the one without the balat. We do that too.
So you
it's
could
like
customize it.
Customize it, yes. We can do that too.
Okay.
We'll just have to talk about the extra amount, the extra, kasi they're more, yung walang balat kasi, it's more expensive.
Okay.
Than the red, yeah.
Okay, so the best is really to call you or
yes,
to go to
just
your
call
website
me.
or message you on the website.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
Kasi sabi ng isa, pag nagkakari-kari kasi, kailangan wala ng balat.
Yeah, you're more welcome to do a customize, and I will be more
you're willing
glad
to do that. Okay.
Yes, I'm
Now,
willing to make that.
Where are you getting your raw materials? Imported ba yan? Or do you order the peanuts sa Washington State? Where are you getting that now?
It's just from our local stores here too. Actually, where I buy the peanuts, kuya, is we kind of like trade. I get the peanuts. They sell the peanuts at their store. So that's where I get. Yeah, it's local stores where I get the peanuts.
And what I could
it's actually in California.
Yeah, what I could tell our viewers as well as our listeners, yung mani ni Perry, well, I know it doesn't sound, yung peanuts mo, malalaki siya eh. Hindi siya maliliit. Kasi I've seen peanuts na maliit. Ito yung size.
Yeah, they're more like, they're smaller. There's different sizes of peanuts. Kuya. I noticed that.
Yung size ng peanuts mo, malalaki. So, talagang feeling siya. At saka, worth it talaga. And you guys have to try it. I did and I like it. That's why sabi ko kay Feli, pag hindi ko gusto yan, Feli, I cannot help you.
I did remember you said that, and I said, just give, and I even said, give me an honest feedback, because that's how you could better the process of your product. I mean, you get honest feedback. You receive honest feedback from your customers. That's how you can better with what you do to your product.
Saan nag-evolve naman ang Filipino style peanuts na pangalan?
I thought about the name.
FELY, hindi mo ginawa. Why Filipino style peanuts?
I just like the word Filipino. I think because of where we came from, Kuya. I'm just like proud. I'm very proud where I came from, and bringing the name Filipino. And I think it just make it more. Sa akin naman talagang I'm just proud of. You know, I mean, coming from a third world country and coming here and starting a small business. And
well, the good thing talaga, that's why I was very impressed, not only on the packaging, but also on the quality of your peanuts. Tapos, how can you not remember Filipino-style peanuts? So, ibig sabihin, maning Pinoy.
Yes,
diba?
Talaga, oo.
Authentic Pinoy.
Authentic. Kasi kaya nga sabi nga ng mga kasama ko sa trabaho or my friends, bakit hindi daw pangalan ko or pangalan ng nanay ko? Sabi ko, I could revise that one day, but then I just like the word to carry the word Filipino, and then having the Philippine flag, it made it more, it's a pop-up kind of to have somebody look at it.
On this part, I will show muna ikaw magvo-voice over pakita muna natin yung video. Okay? On how you start doing the mani, and then mag-voice over ka para mas malinaw dun sa mga tao, sa listeners natin, viewers. Then after the video, we'll do naman pictures para mas maintindihan nila. Okay, Johan, please. Okay, here you go.
So, this one here, nag-i-explain lang naman ako kung when you buy the peanut kasi kuya, it's like, hindi siya marami siyang loose skins. So, what I'm doing right now, I'm literally, kung linilinis natin yung bigas sa Pilipinas, ito naman, I bought a basket to sift the peanut kasi may mga parang siya yung
parang palay. Remember sa palay ginagawa yan bago isain?
Oo. So dito ang ginagawa ko, I make sure I remove all of the loose skins and then like parang dust, parang sinasabi ko may alikabok. But it's not really like alikabok. It just come from the bag.
Yes.
The package. So that's what I did. So I made sure everything's all gone and then remove the skin. So I kind of come up with that idea too kasi matanggal talaga. It helps to last yung oil, it will last longer.
Okay.
Kasi kung ilagay mo lang siya kaagad sa basket and then you deep fry it, marumi yung mo kuya, oil. And then your quality doesn't appear.
Very into naka-gloves pa, 'di ba?
May hairnet.
Hairnet.
Naka-hairnet, oo.
Tapos yan, sinalin mo na after
after I sifted it to remove all of the foreign materials, loose skins, and some parts of like dust. And then sinalang ko sa basket, tapos nilagay sa deep fryer. And then may timer talaga ako.
Yung oil na ginagamit mo, what kind of oil is that?
It's, oh my gosh, I forgot.
Is it vegetable oil, canola oil, olive oil, corn oil?
Oil, they're from Costco actually. And it's hard for me kasi mahaba siya kuya, yung pangalan niya. Creamy oil ang nakalagay doon. Creamy oil.
Tapos, so naka-timer siya. After that, we let it sit for a few minutes to drain the oil. So, with that, yung ginagawa ko ngayon, nakasit na siya for a while. Oo, tas I just added all my ingredients. This is the spicy, what I'm doing right now. Okay, the spices though, is that something you create or you make? Or is it something that you buy it from a store?
I bought the peppers from a local stores. Actually, it's a local business from closer to where I work too. But they're big. It's all about spices from these people.
So lahat ito manual, di ba? So
yep, manual.
You put the salt and you put the other spices. Tapos talagang mano-mano. Yeah,
mano-mano talaga kuya yan. I'm like all like sanay sa yung mano-mano talaga, but then I could not complain.
And you do it in batches, di ba? Kunyari ito yung batch na to. Okay? And then now you're done with the spices. Ano naman tong next natin?
Ayan, after I mix all this, the peanut, then I put him on the tray, the cookie sheet tray.
Okay.
So yun ang namin, cooling time. My processing time and then my cooling time.
So habang mainit pa siya, that's the time, while it's still hot, that's the time you put all your spices.
Yes, oo.
Okay, para hindi mabuo. Okay.
Oo. Kasi iba naman siya pag malamig na, nilalagay mo yung hindi na siya para bang iba yung result.
Yeah.
Resulta. Oo, mas maganda siya pag mainit. So,
okay, then once you put it in a tray, you put it in a bin, di ba?
Yep. And then nilagay namin sa cookie
sheets.
Yeah, cookie sheets and then doon sa rack niya. Doon.
Sa rack. And then it stays there hanggang lumamig.
Yeah, so may kung nagluluto ako ng ilang mga minuto, ganun din ang cooling time ko. That's how I did it to make it more easier.
We're not gonna tell them kasi secret mo na yun kung ilang minutes. Basta yung lang. Actually, we're sharing them more than. So right now, nakalagay sa cooling sheet siya. Tapos tingnan niyo po how she does it. So pag nandun na, ang next step na niyan, packaging, di ba?
Packaging,
kasi parang ito yung mga, yung pating packaging mo, it's really mano-mano, di ba? So this is manual talaga. So this, I think one of your relatives is putting the sticker, the label, into the bags, right? Your niece, right?
My niece, Diana, that's Dayanara, That's my kid's cousin. So
okay. So that's the video, yung iba pong trade secret, siyempre trade secret na yun, wag na natin
Yeah.
share. Okay, now let's show naman now that we've seen the
Wala mga
pinapakita
anak
niya.
ko eh.
Yeah, pinapakita niya. Go ahead, explain what this picture is about, Feli.
So dito kasi naglipat na kami din ng commissary kitchen, kuya. So this is what I'm doing. I'm literally sifting it. Ang ginawa ko naman, yung una mo nakita kanina sa video na orange na basket,
Yeah.
I replace it to a bigger, yung medyo mas malaki pa siyang may butas-butas sa basket.
Yeah.
It really saves the time for me. Instead of sifting it, yung para bang yung bilaon na inaano mo para matanggal
Yeah.
yung
Parang yung
powder.
ginagawa sa mga bigas before,
Yes,
especially in the Philippines. Okay, next slide please. Ay, yan yung mga different kinds.
Yep.
Diba?
That's after all sealed, everything's all done, weighed and sealed, then it's ready to be shipped to the customers.
Okay, so yung finished products. Okay.
Yeah, finished product, yes.
Okay, now that you have the money and you have that for 7 years now, and then you're still working though in another place, right?
Full time, yeah, coffee.
Yeah, it's a coffee place, right? But that's not yours. Pero ikaw yung wholesaler noon. Okay. Yeah, we'll start muna with the money before we announce the thing. Now, ito, saan mo ginagawa? Saan yung commissary mo? Is it your home? Kasi
No.
yung itsura nung hindi bahay ito eh. It's like an
Commissary.
office. Yeah, go ahead.
It's actually shared commissary kitchen, kuya, because people thought commissary is like in the military.
Yes.
It's not. It's a shared kitchen. So there's so many tenants with a different amount of time for them to be at the kitchen, and I have a day for me to go and do because I work full time.
Yeah.
So I do most of my cooking on the Sundays. Every Sundays with me, Nina is always my partner in crime, my oldest daughter. And then when we get, quite a bit of orders, then Hannah would come. But most of the time, Nina's with me because it doesn't really take that a lot of time for me and Nina because since we know what to do already, yun, mas mabilis
So parang
na lang siya.
itong dalawang anak mo, tingnan mo to, ito yon. Nakita mo tong next slide? Ito, anong ginagawa mo rito?
Ayan, nagbi-mix ako just like how we saw it on the video earlier. So yun ang ginagawa ko din, nagbi-mix ng mga spices din.
Okay.
So yan ang ginagawa ko after we did all of the cooking, nakalagay. So I was mixing
Okay.
the peanuts with the
ito naman.
spices. Ayan, doon na yun. That's what I did. After I mixed it, then I put it into the baking sheet.
Okay.
To cool it down. Yeah, for the cooling time. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
So I'm making sure after I put it in the cookie sheet, I spread them all out. It will make the cooling time a bit more faster, kuya.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, yung ginawa mong yan, so buddy, syempre, the kids, your daughter, especially Nina, who's 30 years old, she's gonna be inheriting the business, right? Kasi siya alam na niya yung trade secret mo, di ba?
Both of them, they know both of them, but Nina's mostly is the
Hands-on.
hands-on and my backup person, co-owner one day.
Pinapakita mo na yung mga different kinds of money. Now, paano mo na maintain yung pagkalutong? Kasi may mga, like they said nga, di ba, kahit na sa ibang mga minsan maanta eh. You know what maanta is? Parang luma.
Luma,
Yung sayo kasi, it's parang fresh.
Fresh.
So fresh.
Oo.
And then, how do you maintain that? Wala tong wala tong ibang chemicals other than spices, di ba? So clear natin, wala ka nilalagay na preservative on this one.
Wala.
That's why what you get is really the freshness, still fresh, right?
Still fresh, yeah. Still fresh talaga. And that's why there's a shelf life. Kasi yung shelf life talaga, kuya, I really sent the product to the lab. And when you set the product to the lab kasi I think people, they just guess how long could the peanut be good.
Yeah.
But if you send it to the lab, they will really look at and observe your product. And I mean, it's not that cheap. I mean, people probably think because I do this business, now I'm mayaman na daw. No, actually, you will spend lots of money to keep your business running, you know, out of your pocket. Working full-time, it actually helps me a lot dito sa business. Kasi itong pagpapadala ng product mo sa lab to make sure your product stay fresh.
Yeah.
How long would it stay fresh? But in the package sa nutrition facts, nakalagay sa likod ng nutrition facts, after you open the bag, keep it in the refrigerator because it will last longer after 6 months. But hindi naman siya magtagal ng 6 months kasi yun nga.
Naubos agad.
Nauubos na.
Okay,
And
we
they're
have
really good.
Emma Consul. Hi, Emma is watching from Carson, California. And then
Hi.
Divine Grace Gallardo. Hello, Kuya Josh and Ate Feli.
Hi,
So they're
Divine.
watching. Divine.
Hi, sweetheart.
Yeah, I think she was singing yesterday too.
Yes.
The Christmas party of PHLV Radio. And she is really a very, very good singer. If that's the
Oh,
same.
very, very, yeah, very good. I actually met her. We know each other for like a long time. We talk sometimes over the phone.
And the good thing, people who are watching us right now and listening, Feli is very supportive of all the shows of PHLV. Pag nakita yung kanyang Feli's personal Facebook page, parang extension ng Facebook page ng PHLV. Lahat ng show nakapost to. And she managed to attend when she can. And she participates, and thank you for that, for your continued support.
You're welcome,
Now,
Kuya.
And maraming salamat kasi you're one of the patrons na talagang lagi nandyan pagkaya. Now, Feli, itong money na to, is it something na you could see yourself be doing it for the next, you're already on your 7th year. Wala na tong patiran kasi this is a good business, di ba?
Yeah.
Alam mo, suggestion ko, lagay mo dapat yata doon sa package mo for the next batch. Lagay mo no preservative added.
Okay. Yeah. That's. I think that's a really good idea, Kuya, because there is no preservatives with our product, and that's something that can be added.
Yeah, you could add it na parang naka-star siya.
Yeah,
Kasi nga, alam mo naman, especially now, us, di ba? We're all into health and fitness. And then they don't want any chemicals or anything. And yours is it's really one of those na talagang masarap na mani.
Yeah.
Malutong siya at malinamnam.
Malutong, oo.
Yeah, at makalalasahan mo yung different flavors eh. Kasi when you send me samples, I try to eat the original. Tapos the following day, yung tocino, the following day, yung mild, iba-iba yung lasa niya. Kasi ang singing na pare-pareho eh. No, imarinilasahan mo talaga. And it's very, very subtle.
Yeah,
diba?
totoo, yeah.
Saka hindi siya mamantika, which like I mentioned earlier. Now, ano yung inspiration mo for aside from your 2 daughters? What pushed you to do this business? And is it something that you recommend for not necessarily for single? I mean, kasi nowadays, 'di ba? Parang it's good to have a job, but it's always nice to have your own business. Pwede mo bang sabihin na this is a good business to go into?
I mean, I've seen people kasi when you go to like sari-sari store, you will see like small businesses. I mean, yung nagluluto din ng mga kakanin or something. I mean, it's really, if you really have the passion, Kuya, and then for me actually, kasi you asked me what really inspired me to keep it going. I always thought about my mom, because if we were able to do bamboo craft, when yung bamboo craft hindi madaling trabaho, Kuya, it's intense labor. You cannot make one bag of peanut you could make probably in about less than not just one bag of peanut, but more than that, half hour or whatever. Yung bamboo basket, it would take a day or so because it's depending on the weather.
Right.
See, we have to have the sun, the heat to be able to dry things. But dito hindi naman, it doesn't take that much long, Kuya. I encourage to those who really want to start a business, why not? We're in America. You can start nothing. it would not hurt to try something. Kasi if you fail, you can always get back up and keep going.
And you
Kasi,
cannot go wrong with food.
yeah.
Food, di ba? Parang it's labor intensive, pero at the end of the day, sabi
You
nga
feel
lagi,
good?
may ginto sa pagkain, di ba? That's always
Yeah.
the thing. Okay, now was there a part of your life na parang nag-doubt ka? Was there any doubt when you were doing this? Parang you got frustrated? Is that something you could talk about?
Yeah.
Was there a time na parang ayoko na yatang gawin ito? And how
No,
did you overcome that?
Meron, it really did came that time na you really wanna give up because kakayanin ko ba to kasi baka yung mga anak ko hindi na, but then you have to have that faith too kasi one time talaga kuya it happened kasi yung fiancé ko talaga we really started it together kasama yung mga bata, but then of course you have to have kasi hahabain mo yung pasensya mo eh. If you're doing something, it's like baby steps. It's just like you raise a child. You have to have the patience.
Uh-huh.
And then kung ano yung mga hurdles that you run into, you have to keep you just try to keep it going. Kasi talaga itong partner ko ngayon, talaga sabi niya, I quit. Sabi ko naman, okay, you quit. Tapos sasabihin, you fired me. No, you fired yourself. You don't want to do this, but sa isip ko kasi, kung kaya ng nanay ko kung ano yung ginawa namin, kakayanin ko to. Mani, it's more easier for me to process, and then it's not intense labor, kuya. It's so easy, and I really enjoyed doing it too.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing is when you do something that you enjoy and you're passionate about it, then it's not work anymore. It becomes fun.
Yeah.
Diba?
So it's more, sa akin, it's fun. Yung anak ko, every Sunday, I wake up, maski it's not my really time to get up early in the morning. Yung utak ko kasi, it's already program. Wake up at 3:30 in the morning. Kasi that's how early I get up to go to work, to get ready. Ganon din sa Sabado at saka Linggo. Linggo is really for the peanut. Yung anak ko, pag tinatawagan ko, kuya, she will pick up the phone. Hello? Okay, sweetheart, I'll be there in about half hour. Okay, mom. Ganun lang, walang, hindi yung nagmamaktol, doesn't complain. Talagang pagpunta ko doon, pinipick up ko, diretso na kami sa kusina, luto. So,
ano yung mga challenges na encounter mo when you were starting? Kasi ngayon 7 years ka na in the business, so medyo stable na yan eh. But I would say the first 3 years, what are the challenges you encountered with this peanut business?
Marami din kuya kasi to get a license like your WSDA is not easy actually. Ang dami. To get the nutrition facts itong likod is not easy kasi you have to send it out. And then you have to send the shelf life out too. Nagagalit yung partner ko. Sabi ko, you have to have a lot of patience. This is just a challenge. Tapos, pag may mali sa likod, sasabihin ng WSDA, yung mama na pupunta talaga sa kusina, can you revise this? Can you change this? When you already ordered a bunch of roll, because the roll of this, kuya, it's like 500 or 1,000 roll.
Yeah.
Pag yung sinabi ng WS inspector, I don't like the way it looks, you have to revise it. Those are some of the challenges, but it will actually make you get better the next time when you redo it or revise it. It's just one of those. And then of course, financially, I mean, it's not easy to keep a business running if you don't have the money, because if I get, money's coming in, you have to roll it back out. So people thought, mayaman ka na kasi you've been doing this for 7 years. Actually, I'm enjoying doing it. I'm not making a lot of money, but at least I'm supporting some of the organizations that's out there. And then at the same time, it promotes the product and they enjoy it. And it makes me happy to see them when they say, like you, kuya, I really take that heartily pag sinabi na the product is really good, because for me, it's really good. I mean, I created it and it's not for me to brag, it's for me to share the product. And
Well,
you know, if you
tama
love
rin
peanuts,
yan. Hindi mo sasabihin masyado kung maraming kita. Baka may nanonood na Internal Revenue Services,
I know, I know.
IRS, di ba?
But
Kailangan ano lang, chill lang.
chill lang, oh. I mean, you know, I mean, yun nga, I mean, those are just some of the challenges, but you will overcome it later, you know.
Okay, as far as where the outlet, aside from the online, and then you mentioned also you could purchase this now in Seafood City, Seattle,
Seattle,
some of the Filipino
Tukwela,
stores, and then
and then
Seafood City in Las Vegas.
two in Las
branches.
Vegas, the one in Maryland, and then the one in the Arroyo Crossing. That was the new one, and I was really happy to see a new PO that came into my email. I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought it was the same place, but I said, wow, it's the Arroyo one. I said, wow, this is it.
Now-
This is exciting.
Well, you got to remember, Seafood City is the #1 Filipino-owned supermarket. And then, of course, there's Island Pacific, and there's Tambuli. And then, you never know. It's just a matter of time. God
Right.
willing. Now,
I'm still have patience with that, Kuya. So I'm always like waiting.
now,
But
how do you advertise? As part of being a businesswoman, paano ka nag-advertise nitong ano mo? Do you
So-
do print? Do you do radio? Do you do TV? Or you just rely on online and social media?
So I have friends that are vloggers. They buy, you know, I send them samples and stuff. Like one, she's a friend now. Her name is, and her vlogger name is Madam Wak Wak, but she's actually a flight attendant, Kuya, for Dubai, but our United Arab Emirates, UAE. And she did vlog the peanut, and that really helps a lot too. And I always thank her for that, because when she vlogs, there's a lot of kababayan here in the US watch her vlog, and that helps a lot. Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
yeah. And then here, of course, like you mentioned earlier, that I go to Virginia, Filipino FACC. They're one of the radio part of PHLV.
Yeah.
So quite a few friends of mine from that show. That's how I got be part of them too. I supported them with their organization. So that's how I went.
Word of mouth, of course.
Word of mouth, yes. And then here in our area, it's our product is available too in Wajimaya, like a Japanese supermarket here. There's one in Oregon, 3 in our state, and then there's other grocery stores that I supply here in our area, and then local Filipino stores.
And then, now that you have this for 7 years, what do you want to accomplish pa with Filipino style peanuts? Ano yung mga dreams mo, mga wish list?
So it's just like you interviewed the Lapid's Chicharon. She has her own factory. One day, Kuya, that's my goal.
I
one
know,
day.
grabe. That's why
Yeah.
we're gonna, very inspired. It's kaya sa'yo kasi, she started also with a home business.
Yes.
And also the other beauty product. It's all home business, and then it grew. It grew lang. Tapos hanggang nagkaroon na ng pabrika. So just like anything else in the world, it starts small.
Yeah.
It starts small and then it will grow. Diba?
Yeah, kasi if I own my factory one day, God willing, it happens, then that would be nice. Kasi I know how to run machines, Kuya, because I work for a production manufacturing company, coffee, manual or automated. I already had this vision myself where if I buy I used to work for a potato company, and with that, when I did this, I will apply what I've learned from that to what I'm doing now. So all of the stuff that I'm doing, I actually got it from when I worked for a Japanese company, spaghetti. They're very, very picky they like to look at their package perfectly, just like this. when I introduced this to the Wajimaya supermarket here, Kuya, they're Japanese. First, it's just like how you look at the package. She's like, very impressive. She was impressed about the packaging. She said, very, very nice packaging. And the size of the peanuts, that's what, yun ang una niyang inano din, feedback binigay sa akin when we had a meeting sa office nila. So that was...
No, Feli, we talked about your product and all that. How, ibahin naman natin ng konti. You mentioned, so what's the state of your heart today? You're right, yung puso mo, kamusta naman?
Actually, good naman, Kuya. Itong partner ko, we've been together for 15 years, actually. And we're not married yet. We stay, he's my fiance. We've been together for, like I said, 15 years.
So you're happy naman?
I'm happy, yeah. He's happy, I'm happy. We're working Monday through Friday. We see each other every Friday, Saturday, but then Sunday it's like a day for me to do the peanut. But
so parang nag-work ka ng Monday to Sunday. Wala ka bang pahinga? Hindi ka ba napapagod?
Parang I do rest Saturday pag walang event, Kuya. Yun nga sinasabi nila parati. Feli, slow down. You're doing too much. But then para bang if I'm at home, if I'm pag nagpapahinga, then it seems like there's something's missing. Parang sana yung utak ko sa like always going, doing something. So nasanay na din siguro working within the manufacturing for over 20 something years. Nasanay na din. So
no, aside from your own business na peanuts, I know you're promoting another product. Can we show that also?
The coffee.
Yeah.
Ayun, the coffee.
Okay, you see that? Okay, there's a coffee that is so good, and you could you could put it in Keurig or on your coffee maker. It's authentic handcrafted coffee since 1992. So yeah. Do you work there or you are a wholesaler? Anong kwento dito sa DCR Coffee?
So DCR stands for Delano's Coffee Roaster in Sumner, Washington. I work there full-time, Kuya. I've worked there for almost 11 years now.
Okay, and what do you do there?
I'm a production lead.
Okay, now, yung Delano, is it locally produced in Washington State?
Yes, it's how Starbucks started, but now the employees at where I work now is almost 90 employees, so that we're growing, but everything is manual.
Okay, because Starbucks started, of course, we all know that it started in Pike in Seattle, Washington.
Yes,
where all started. So ito, sino may-ari nito? Are they Filipino-owned? Are they foreign?
They're foreign. They're puti sila, puti. Magkapatid sila. Actually, nanay, I think it's the mom and dad. The dad started it, and then the sons work with them. Just parang ako din, parang ganun, Kuya. But then, of course, yung dalawang anak nilang lalaki, they're the one they took it over na. Kasi wala na yung tatay din, oo.
And then you mentioned that you're the wholesaler for this as well.
Yep, I'm a wholesaler from them too. Which is very nice because they supported me actually, Kuya, with what I'm doing actually. Some of the materials that I do for my packaging is from the company. They support
because I have a feeling they see so much in you that reminds them of them. Kasi hindi naman nag-start yan ng big operations agad eh.
No, diba? they're like, you do a lot for us, Feli, and then we're here to support you in what you
That's
do
so
too.
Sweet.
So
now, how many flavors do they have?
Now, a coffee?
Uh-oh.
There's so many, Kuya. I could not name all of them because they're like it's all about post blend. So I'm not sure how savvy or knowing about coffee kasi people they're like, I like to drink dark. I said, why do you like to drink dark coffee? Because it has more caffeine. I said, really? I said, actually, no, it's the opposite.
Now, where is it grown? Is it grown in the state of Washington or ini-import yung beans?
Import. It's just like how Starbucks to Kuya.
Yeah.
Starbucks, any people that has a roasting
Like
company,
Sumatra and all that.
yeah,
Okay. Tapos,
it's always overseas, always outside of the US.
now, do they have like Starbucks? They have these outlets, where you could buy the coffee. Ito ba parang you could walk in to parang a Starbucks at Tim Hortons or Seattle's Best? Meron na bang mga little stall to or just production lang talaga?
So with Delano's Coffee, they actually supply coffee shops all over United States and then outside of the US too. But sa kanila naman kasi they don't have a franchise. They will do it if you open up a coffee shop and they will help you to set up all the other stuff and then you get the coffee from them. Ang nakakaiba kasi sa amin than sa Starbucks. Sa amin kasi fresh roasted talaga kuya every day yung coffee. That's why when I sent you the coffee, remember the green one, it says Ferro Sidama?
Yes.
If you actually smell it before you brew it, yung the aroma lang ng coffee, if you got the hint of the jackfruit, yung langka, tamis na langka, that's why I sent you that coffee, kuya. It
Yes.
really, the lingering smell of that that type of coffee is so good. It's
Okay,
fresh.
let's go back naman dun sa mani. What is your recommendation to keep it fresh? Dapat lang ba siya sa room temperature? Or may question dito, are you supposed to put it in the refrigerator to prolong the life of the peanuts? Or will that make it stale?
Not stale. The peanut can get stale if you put so much garlic, actually. I know that because somebody asked me to put more garlic and I said, not a good one. But to keep it in the refrigerator, it will last. The shelf life will get longer.
But it's hindi siya
It stays
magiging
fresh.
okay, hindi mawawala yung kanyang pagiging malutong, crunchy.
Yeah, no, the crunchy or the crispy part or the crunchier, whatever the crunch of the peanut, it will stay there. I have a customer actually. She put the peanut in the freezer.
Is that okay then? Do you
It's
suggest
okay.
that?
Yeah, it's okay because it gets more crunchier. Lalong malutong siya actually.
Much crunchier. Okay.
Yeah, and then it go ahead.
Yung coffee naman, there's this myth. I don't know because you are in the coffee business as well. Yung daw mga coffee, mas maganda raw ilagay sa freezer. Is that true? So you could
Not
is
really.
that advisable? Or do
No, you
put
just put it
refrigerator?
room temperature. Actually, is better. Kasi ang coffee kasi kuya, people doesn't really know kasi yung gumagawa ka ng kape, pag may lotion ka, you're actually killing the coffee. Kasi coffee, if you notice when you go to the mall at the perfume area, they always have coffee next
Yes. To cleanse your nose.
to cleanse
yeah.
yeah.
The
Because
smell.
the coffee can really take the smell off. It will actually kill the coffee. Kaya when I used to work for Starbucks, people are not allowed to wear lotions, perfume, or anything because it will kill the coffee. So
Okay, now
don't keep it in the freezer. Keep it in just room temperature. It should be fine.
okay, now that we talk about the challenges and what you want to do with this business, and you advise that it's good to have this kind of business. Okay, ano pang pinagdadasal ni Feli? What else do you pray for, Feli?
I guess health every day. That's what I pray for, Kuya. If God could give me yun lang naman talaga sa atin. I'm always happy to wake up the next, para bang bonus every day that I'm still alive, malakas, malusog, hindi yung weak kasi lalo na ngayon itong pandemic, we don't really know, I have a best friend that passed away back in June.
Yeah.
Really close friend, and just because of COVID, she just retired. I think I comment this one time when you have a show, one of your guests too. It was sad kasi she worked all her life, and then when she retired 6 months later, parang nawala. I guess I just pray that I have a good health every day, and then be with my, I guess, my fiancé, my children, and then my family, of course. That I mean, this yung lakas ko at saka inspirasyon pamilya ko to support them back home. That gives me the strength to every day.
Yeah, kasi when I was doing my research on you, you're everywhere. You have parties, you go to Las Vegas, not to gamble, but to attend different events. And then now you mentioned you work Monday to Sunday. Where do you find the energy? Parang hindi ka napapagod.
Yun ang tanong ng fiancé. All of my coworkers to Kuya, actually, dyan sa coffee, they're like, Fely, how could you come to work always smiling on a Monday? I said, don't you like that? Somebody's coming into work smiling. I'm not sure, Kuya. I guess the positiveness of me, I guess. I think it helps me, I guess, keeps me going. It brings happiness to somebody, to see somebody happy. So
Kasi parang you mentioned earlier you work like 10 hours.
I did.
There's
Yeah.
only
And
24 hours in a day, Fely. And you work 10 hours. You have only 14
Eight.
hours to do it.
8
Kasi
hours supposed to be 8 hours a day. And I think I'm just different. Kasi may iba naman dyan talaga, maybe our viewers and listeners, probably there's some people out there. They just love, I mean, it's not like I love to go to work. I enjoy it. And I guess it gives me more energy to work, especially where I work. They're all younger, Kuya. They're like in their 20s. They're still young. I mean, other than my 2 children, they work there. I mean, my niece worked there too, the one that you saw on the video. All four of us work in the same company. I recruited them to work. So my
Delano.
yeah, at Delano. So they allow us to work as a family. And then plus, of course, being the lead in production, I literally look at my kids. Look, we work. Family matters outside. If there's something personal, then let's set aside or whatever. But I think I get feedback, really good feedback at my work of how my personality kind of changed some of the people that work there, because I guess
Especially like what you mentioned, you worked there for 11 years.
11 years.
It might be a very nice place to work, because not a lot of people nowadays would be in a company that long of a time. Now, what makes Fely smile? You always have this breeze of a fresh smile and so positive. What makes that? Ano ba yung sikreto ng isang laging nakangiti, laging nakabungis-ngis na Fely? Do you even cry? Do you even cry?
I do cry, Kuya. Yeah, I was sad the day before because of what happened back home, and they can really tell. That's why they're like, if I'm quiet, they rarely see me quiet, because I'm always like happy. I sing in production. I kind of entertain the kids at work, and it gives them that. And then what I do at work too, Kuya, I love to cook at my work, and that's one thing that everybody at my work, they enjoyed, and they love having me at work, because not just from laughing, smiling, or singing, I cook and I feed them all. If you're hungry, I'll feed you. It's how my mom, what she used to do, feed. Even though we don't have a whole lot, but yet she's able to feed those, or give something, even though we don't have a whole lot. But I think that just positivity, it gives me the big smile. I always like to look at somebody smiling, not like mad, not unless if you're really mad.
What are the 3 things that you think people would describe si Fely?
Masayahin. Very happy. I guess I'm a very happy person. If somebody would ask, what is Fely, or who I am or what I am, I guess I'm just a very simple, happy person. May pagkakalog-kalog din, but I mean, I love to sing. Yun. Nothing too fancy.
Now, meron ka bang 3 bagay o things na hindi namin alam tungkol sa'yo? Kasi I know a lot about you now that I did a research on you. But meron ba dapat malaman kami sa isang FELY na hindi namin alam na pwede mong i-share?
Oh, that would. I wonder what would that. It's kind of hard, Kuya. I'm not sure what would that be. I guess everybody knows I sing, I cook. I love to cook. Because I cook. I love to cook at my work. I even created something sa trabaho namin that people, my coworkers didn't even expect that I made something really good. But I think I can't really think of one thing.
Okay. What makes you angry? Kasi lagi kang positive, lagi ka nakangiti, lagi ka nakabungis-ngis. You're into everywhere. Lagi kang, you different helping organization, doing your business. Nagagalit ka ba?
I do.
What makes you upset? Kailan ka nagagalit? At ano nagpapagalit sa'yo?
I guess let's say if it's work related, if I see somebody not doing their job, I will get mad. But then of course this is what I would do, especially if I'm a production lead, Kuya. I would approach the person. It would be like, talk calmly, but then they can really tell if I'm really mad. So if you ask one person to do something and they would do the opposite, that would really make me mad. Then I would walk away and I would not say anything. It's literally like quiet mad, basically. But then they would know.
You're not the type that would scream and cuss and all that.
No, no. It makes it would be just like if you have your own personal partner. If my partner gets mad, Kuya, I would just look at him and I would not say anything.
Tinawa sabi ni Mirna Pauling Sales, "Hi Josh, padala ka naman dito sa Carson." Hi Mirna. And then si Mao Yang. Oh, Mao Vang. Sabi niya, "Hello, Feli."
Oh, my coworker. That's just used to be my coworker at Starbucks. Hi, Mao.
Yeah, Mao is
She wants a
watching.
flower.
Divine Grace Gallardo said, "Love and miss you, Ate Feli." Sabi ni Mir. Sige, Mirna, papatikmin kita. Meron pa ako isang package.
We can send her a sample, Kuya. Mirna, we can send you a sample.
Oh, they're in Carson. They're like Filipino organization that does all these events in Carson, and Mirna is one of the officer.
I've never been in Carson, so one day I'd like to visit down there.
Yeah. One of these days, and maybe when the pandemic is kind of in control, and we have all the Filipino events, then you'll be definitely invited. Maybe you could have a booth there.
Yes, I would love to, because that's what we do here. I've done that so many times here in our place, Kuya, and I go to like you mentioned, Filipino communities.
Yeah.
I try to. I mean, concerts. I saw there was a concert here. JR and Jaya.
Jaya, yeah.
Jaya, yeah. So I was there selling peanuts too. So.
Oh, eto, may tanong ako sa'yo. What would you have said to sabi mo nga, you are mature ka na ngayon. Kung nakita mo si Feli when she was 20 years old, what would you advise her? Pag nakasalubong mo ang 20-year-old Feli na sa edad mo ngayon, what would you have said to her?
Oh, wow. Good question, Kuya. Well, I guess, wow, I'm kind of lost of how to answer that question. That's really good, though.
Kunyari, di ba, yung age mo ngayon, tapos you were given that power to go back in time and ma-meet mo, parang Back to the Future, yung kay Michael J. Fox, na-meet mo yung 20-year-old self mo, what would you have advised her or tell her?
I guess, job well done. Kasi nakaalis ka ng Pilipinas. I mean, you would, I guess, kasi nung maliit pa talaga ako, Kuya, I always said, I want to be a nurse. But then, hindi kami walang, ano lang yung trabaho ng nanay namin, ay bamboo craft lang yung ano. I mean, and then marami kami. And I've always wanted to be a nurse. because I could be a really good nurse myself too. I see myself, yeah, because I volunteered one time dito sa hospital namin, and they actually nominated me for doing a good job with what I do. Oo. But I didn't regret that kasi I'm here. So, job well done. Good job, na nakapunta ka rin ng Amerika. So, nakatulong din ako sa nanay.
And then you have two beautiful daughters.
Yeah, so that's one thing talaga, gift from, from God, or gift for me na nakapunta ko dito kasi my uncle was really doubting me after, nung sinabi ko na pupunta ako ng Amerika kasi nag-asawa ako ng matanda. Kasi back then talaga, I mean, my husband is not young, kuya, when I married my husband. I was really young. I was 19 actually when I got married.
Wow.
Very young, yeah. And then I was 20 when I had my first child, so still very young. But I never give up my dream of coming to America. So I made my mom happy.
I knowing you and knowing your story, you're talaga yung sample ng American dream. 'Di ba? Yung talagang,
yeah, totoo.
'di ba? Yung you have this dream of leaving home and making a different life and a better life for you. And look where you are now. You are a owner and a CEO of Filipino Styled Peanuts, and then on top of that, you're working. Now, when you see yourself in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you tell yourself?
Another day, another day of hard work.
No,
always, I'm always like, before I even get up, kuya, and then go look at myself in the mirror, I always had this like, another day for me to be at work. I'm always excited to go back to work. It's like, I'm always having these challenges of what am I gonna be doing today at work, and how can we do it fast? Because these kids always ask, what time are we gonna be going home? It's like every day. Oh, you know what? If you ask me, we will be done in 4, 5, 6 hours. If you're asking me, but literally, like another day at work, another day, good day at work.
Sabi ni Mirna Salas, ay niya, promise yan ha, I'll be waiting. Please do come to Carson and we'll help you market your super peanuts. Sabi pa ni Mirna, Fely's humbleness makes her more successful and admirable.
Thank you, Myrna. Thank you for the feedback. And please do message me your home address, and I will really stick to what I just said, because I will do that. I did it to Kuya Josh, and
yes,
I will do that to you.
Oh, now that you had mentioned that about yung pag nakita mo ang sarili mo, and you said earlier you sing. Okay. If you are a song, anong kanta ang kanta mo sa stage ng buhay mo ngayon?
Oh, wow. Yeah. I've always liked to sing Wind Beneath My Wings.
Wow. And you dedicate that to?
I dedicate that to my best friend that passed away.
Yeah.
My mom, my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law was like I'm like her best friend, and we're kind of like really best friend. She even said herself, "You're my daughter." It's my fiance's mom, Kuya Josh. Yeah. Very, very generous lady. Very. I wish if she was still alive, we would still be sitting on the table for 1 hour, 2 hours, and just talking. Because I could entertain somebody and talking. That's why when you said earlier, don't be nervous, I'm actually excited to talk to you, even though it's in a Zoom. I would like to meet you one day in person.
One day, yeah. And I do fly to Seattle. So I'll make sure that we hook up either in Seattle or in Las Vegas or here in LA. Yeah. Now, I have my last question for you. How would you want Fely to be remembered? Anong gusto mong maalala ng tao sa'yo?
I mean, sa akin, very simple lang naman talaga, kuya. Masayahin na tao. I mean, I can be sad too, but I try to stay happy, humble person, simple, nothing too crazy. But most of my friends, I mean, if they're watching right now, they know I'm always there for them to help, willing to help in any way I could, and support them in what they need and what I could do too to support them. Nothing to, I guess, nothing to ask for a whole lot, I guess, for myself. Just a simple, humble person, nothing too crazy.
Well, Feli, ulitin natin, online, if they want to order or buy your products, not only the coffee, the Delano coffee or DCR, right? DCR coffee.
Yeah, Delano's, yeah, DCR, yeah.
Delano coffee, or especially the Filipino style peanuts that comes in 6 flavors: tocino adobo, original with garlic and salt, and of course spicy, mild spicy, and also turmeric, and then the last one is the Carolina Keeper. So
Carolina
Reaper, yung hanghang masyado. Now, how do you could buy it at any Seafood City in Seattle, or the Arroyo branch of Seafood City Las Vegas, or the Maryland branch in Seafood City Las Vegas as well. Now, if they want to order that, just go into your Facebook page of FilipinoStyledPeanuts.com.
Yes.
Or you could text or call Feli.
Call, yes.
Anong number ulit, Feli?
253-389-3084. Message me, please. Yeah. 253-389-3084.
Okay, and then lastly, if they want to add you, what's your Facebook account?
FELY ALFLEN. You can see right now on my it's whatever what you see right now on your screen. That's my Facebook account, FELY ALFLEN.
Yeah, it's FELY and then space ALFLEN. ALFLEN.
Yes.
Okay, and any other platform website that you have?
We have Instagram. It's under Filipino Styled Peanut also.
Okay.
So not just a Facebook, Filipino Styled Peanuts.
So you have Instagram, Filipino Styled Peanuts, as well as Facebook.
Yes.
No other social media account?
No, that's pretty much it. And like I said, feel free to call or message me personally. I'm here to answer any questions you guys have. So.
And Feli, with that, maraming salamat. See, ang bilis ng oras.
Right?
It's already 1 hour and almost 1 hour and 40 minutes of getting to know you better. And maraming salamat sa paunlak sa amin for us to know more about the Filipino style peanuts, na about different mani ni Feli. Napakasarap po, and I highly recommend for you guys to try the Filipino style peanuts when you can. You would not be disappointed kasi masarap po yung mani niya, at definitely kakaiba kasi it gives you the Filipino feel of the mani, like what we have that in the Philippines, pero ito may dagdag kasi may iba siyang flavor. At the same time, this is one product that we Filipinos or Filipino Americans should support, because this is proudly Filipino, by a Filipino woman, and it's a Filipino minority-owned woman business. And that with that, ikakaiba talaga. And of course, we would like also to support businesses like Feli's, na talagang from humble beginning, from that place in Cebu. At medyo masama pa loob ni Feli because of what happened back in the Philippines, and it's so sad. But we try to make sure that Feli is aware that we have you and your family, especially the one in Cebu, in prayers. And then let us know how kung may mga information ka about what the station can do to help out, and then things can happen. Okay, and then do you have any other message, Feli, before we close?
I just want to thank you first, Kuya, for having me again at your show. It's always like a pleasure talaga to be here, and it was a fun, long, an hour and a half. I really enjoyed it, and I mean, nothing else I could say. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for having me, and thank you for supporting my small local business here in Washington State. And
anytime, Feli. And then tomorrow, for maraming salamat for those people watching us and listening. Tomorrow po, ang Dear Kuya Josh, Ate Jen, ang title po, Kailan Matatapos ang Kamalasan?
Wow, that's a good one. I like that.
It's a good one. Kailan matatapos ang kamalasan? Episode ng Dear Kuya Josh, Ate Jen. Tomorrow, if you're in the Philippines, it's going to be 2 p.m. Sunday. And if you're in America or on this part of the world, it's Pacific Standard Time or PST, it's going to be at 10 p.m. And the rest of the world, a different time zone po. Maraming salamat for always supporting us and listening to us and watching us. And before I close the show, I always tell people, be kind, and you can never go wrong with kindness. And any act of kindness that you do to people, there's always a way of it giving back to you. And with that, maraming salamat, Feli.
Thank you, Kuya.
Filipino
Thank
Styled
you,
Peanuts.
everyone.
Johan, maraming salamat and congratulations on a very successful Christmas party yesterday.
Thank you, Kuya Yo.
Kuya Yo, maraming salamat. Feli, good night.
Thank you, Kuya. Good night. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening.
Yeah, well, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a nice week.
From your PHLV radio family, Merry Christmas and all the best in the coming year.
Merry Christmas from your friends at PHLV Radio.
Just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
PA